Well, a huge step forward in the country's fight against COVID this morning, with booster shots being brought forward from 6 months to 5. Nine's political editor Chris Uhlmann joins us from Canberra. Good morning to you, Chris. Millions of Australians are now eligible.
Yes, Sophie, a little over 2 million more than we would have had if we'd stuck with the 6-month deadline for those booster shots. Bring it forward by a month means that 4.1 million Australians will be eligible for that booster shot by the end of this month, and it would have been 1.75 million if we'd stuck with the 5 months. Also, Moderna is joining Pfizer as a vaccine that will be used in this round of shots. And of course, what we're seeing with Omicron on the rise around the world is that some countries are beginning to change what they define being vaccinated as. So Israel is now saying you have to have 3 shots in order to be fully vaccinated, and actually changing the way that they hand out their certificates. So it's great news that Australians can get a little bit of a head start on that. Of course, a lot of people still to be vaccinated, but the first round of people getting vaccinated started on the 11th of October, so we're well underway, and well over 90% of Australians have had their first dose. That's the over 16-year-olds, and around about 89%, I think, have had their second dose, Sophie.
Yeah, it is an impressive rate. Chris, thank you. By this time tomorrow, reunions will be in full swing, and thousands will be heading north as Queensland's hard border falls finally at 1 a.m. Let's bring in Nine's Erin Buchan, who's at the border with New South Wales this morning. Good morning, Erin. It has been a long wait, but now there is a plea for patience.
Pack your patience. That is the message to travellers hoping to gain entry into Queensland come 1 a.m. tomorrow morning, with lengthy delays expected. They'll not only need patience, but they'll also need a border pass. Unfortunately, that system doesn't come online until an hour before those border barriers come down. Queensland Health says that the IT system should be able to cope with the expected inundation. Once travellers have that border pass, they'll also need to provide proof of their COVID-19 vaccinations and a negative test result in the past 72 hours. The border's reopening comes as Queensland records just 1 new community case of COVID-19, and it's linked to that Gold Coast cluster. Exposure sites are growing, and it is creeping closer to Brisbane, with a target at Mount Gravatt now listed as well. Despite this, Sophie, it's an exciting time ahead for so many families around the country who just can't wait to reunite.
Yeah, just in time for Christmas. Erin, thank you. And Queensland's border reopening means WA's is tightening. Anyone from the Sunshine State entering WA will need to quarantine for 14 days from Monday. WA Premier Mark McGowan says the move is necessary to keep COVID out of the state. Authorities in South Australia have vowed to keep the border open indefinitely despite a growing number of COVID cases. The promise providing relief and certainty for travel going into Christmas. The state recorded 7 new infections yesterday. 3 of them are mystery cases. Well, New South Wales Health is investigating a potential COVID spread at the ACTA Awards after a food and beverage worker tested positive to the virus. Today, Sydney reporter Beth Yeoman is at the Sydney Opera House for us. Good morning, Beth. Are those who attended at risk?
Sophie, they are not, and I'm sure all attendees must have breathed a collective sigh of relief when they found out that New South Wales Health was deeming the event low risk and that none of them were close or casual contacts of the infected back-of-house worker. It certainly would have ruined Christmas for so many. Comedian David Hughes even joked about it at the event.
If any of you over the next few days get COVID, we need you to shut up.
Yesterday, New South Wales recorded its highest number of COVID cases since October 8, 560 new infections. But hospitalisations are going down. So despite this rise in case numbers and the fact that Freedom Day for the unvaccinated is this week, December 15, so New Year's Eve plans in Sydney will still go ahead. Senior Cabinet ministers announcing the show must go on. Sophie?
Yes, indeed. Beth, thank you. A new study has revealed the UK could be facing a wave of Omicron cases in January if no further restrictions are imposed. Researchers estimate deaths could range from 25,000 to 75,000 by April, but that does depend on how well the vaccines perform. The UK recorded more than 54,000 COVID cases yesterday. WA police have confirmed a bushfire